Hi everybody, Jim Bronke here with another edition of Trader Talk. Let me see here on the microphone. Hopefully it's okay in terms of the sound level. Doesn't look too high, but I do see that it is recording. Anyways, I'm going to review first the overall market today. It is, whatever it is May 13th. And looking at some of the different positions here that I have, right now I am short everything. I don't have any long positions at all. I got out of American Airlines. I just decided it was just too dicey, even at the low price it was at. So we are in a situation where here's the Dow. You draw on, this is the March sell-off. It broke out above that, returned back to the line here, this line, and it was kind of off to the races. Rallied up, and this is where you should have gotten in, right around down in here. And now I drew this line here to show we've had some tops. We got above the 50-day moving average here on the Dow, but it's looking like we're going to resume the sell-off and go back and test these lows. So the way I draw the conclusion that this is happening is through the McClellan Oscillator. So let me pull that up here. Once again, here's the McClellan Oscillator. Whoops. And the last time I did a little video, I drew this line here. And it came down, and this is the zero line right here. And it bounced off of that, which it is known to do. Went back up, tested the high, came back down, bounced off again. Had a failure rally, and now it's back down to the zero line. So what a technician does here is you draw a trend line, bingo, draw it to this peak, and we're going to see most likely it's going to go down below zero. And this represents a typical rally, a typical big rally, except for how erratic it is. The very unstable nature of our current market due to the virus is causing things to be really unstable. But the bottom line is we had a rally here above the zero line, and it has exhausted itself. And that's what the McClellan Oscillator shows. After all, the McClellan Oscillator, when you look here at advances and declines, I don't have it up on this radar screen, but the McClellan Oscillator is just the difference between two moving averages of the difference between the advances on the NYSE minus the declines. So every day that you have the market open, you have a certain number of stocks end up higher on the day and a certain end up lower. So the higher the advances, the lower the declines. You subtract the declines from the advances, you have a number, and if you take an average of those, which becomes a moving average because it goes forward day by day, you take a 10-day average or a 20-day average and you subtract the 20-day average from the 10-day average, and now you've got kind of a wavy thing. As the market, the 10-day average will rally before the 20-day average, and it will end up going into positive territory like it has here. And finally, when the rally runs out of steam, this will go negative. And so this is just a way to look at it. The odds, you got to go with the flow. And the odds are when a rally has run out of steam, that it's just going to go negative. So the way to make money is to be short on the market. And if you're sitting on a long position at this point, you know, it's really dicey. Expect that it's going to sell off. And who wants to lose money? I don't. You can't make money in the stock market if you lose money. Kind of the immortal words of Trader Talk. Anyways, so this is what I base the Dow going lower on. The rally has run out of steam. And this is something you can't go by gut feel on things like rallies. You need an indicator to do that. And that's what the McClellan Oscillator does for you. So now looking again here at the Dow, it had a pretty nasty sell-off yesterday. It is most likely, it might have a little mini rally today, snapback, but then the trend is lower. I expect it's going to sell off. So now looking at a particular position that I have, here's one I entered in yesterday. Now, fortunately, because I don't have a lot of subscribers, I can show you a specific stock, and, you know, 2 or 3 people watching this are not going to make a difference in the stock. So, but I'd be in trouble if I had 100,000 subscribers and then pointed to a specific stock, because then it might exaggerate the problem. Anyways, I have a short position on Western Digital. Here is the overall chart of it. It was as high as 70. Now it, went down to 30, rallied up, and now it was in the 45 range. And I entered it yesterday at the open of the market, and I'm actually up $540 on this position. I have 300 shares, I believe. Anyways, but here's the quarterly results on Western Digital. They're like losing money. They barely broke even last quarter that they reported. In the last couple of years, look at this. I mean, how can you buy a stock with that kind of earnings? So anyways, I'm short on that. So, yeah, this is the type of things that I look at in order to preserve my capital. Once again, and if you look at the RSI on Western Digital, you can see it got up to, it didn't even get up to 70, it got up to 60. And this is kind of where I view as being a rally high and a real bear market. And I'm kind of winging it on that regard, but that's what I look at, because this stock is really negative. It came up just above its 50-day moving average, and now it's headed lower, and I believe it's just going to head lower down here. So that is it for Trader Talk. Once again, subscribe if you want to get the updates as they occur, and I'll be plugging for you. Let me know in comments what you think, and if you're putting any of what I have to say to use. Once again, go back here, look at the McClellan Oscillator. It is heading back lower. I will do another update when I feel the market is at a critical juncture. Thank you, and bye. Oh, also, check out these other links to my other shows. A lot of good stuff.